It is obvious that Manchester United need a young, hungry striker. That's what Ralf Rangnick said a few weeks ago when asked about the striker situation at Manchester United. And with quite a few of our strikers, including Cristiano Ronaldo, Cavani and Martial, leaving for various reasons this summer, I agree with him. So who are the options that Manchester United will be looking at? One of these options is, of course, French striker Christopher Nkunku from RB Leipzig. But before I talk about why Christopher Nkunku is an amazing player and he would be a wonderful choice for Manchester United, let's talk a little bit about this piece of news that came out of the Daily Mail about 24 hours ago. Well, apparently Ralf Rangnick asked the Manchester United scouting department for reports on Christopher Nkunku. He asked them. He didn't ask them if they had it. He asked them as in, give me the reports, because to him, of course, they should have reports on Christopher Nkunku, one of the best strikers on the planet currently. Well, guess what? The scouts just shrugged. Who is this Christopher Nkunku you're talking about? They didn't have it. They didn't have reports on Christopher Nkunku. And so we've been theorizing for the past 9 years about what's wrong with Manchester United. I think now we have evidence that our recruitment is all over the place. Our scouts are not doing their job properly, either because they are not competent or because the structure is too bureaucratic, too hierarchical for them to actually be efficient and to do their job efficiently. You can be sure that every big club on the planet has a shortlist in order for them to find appropriate options to replace key assets. For example, Liverpool, you can be sure that they have a shortlist for a Salah replacement and a Virgil van Dijk replacement. Same thing with Paris Saint-Germain. Mbappe is probably leaving this summer, so they have a list of potential targets, potential strikers who could replace him. Lewandowski at Bayern Munich as well. Every big club, every well-run club do have shortlists of potential targets. How come Manchester United doesn't? The number 9 position has been problematic since Romelu Lukaku left for Inter Milan, before Cristiano Ronaldo was even signed. We've never replaced Romelu Lukaku. We've never had a proper number 9. And so how come Manchester United does not have an extensive list of 10 to 15 potential targets who could come and replace Cristiano Ronaldo, Cavani and Anthony Martial and provide goals for us at Manchester United? We do not have any such shortlist. We do not have reports on a player that has been impressive, that has been amazing this season. A player like Christopher Nkunku. This is ridiculous. It's ludicrous. I cannot believe the words coming out of my mouth right now. This, of course, is reminiscent of back in 2019 when we were looking for a right back. Manchester United, the scouting department, had a list of 804 potential right backs. And yet we settled down on Aaron Wan-Bissaka for £50 million. Do you know who was on that list? Joao Cancelo, Achraf Hakimi, Denzel Dumfries, the Dutch right back who replaced Achraf Hakimi at Inter Milan and who's having an amazing season right now. These 3 players are way better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and yet none of them was as expensive as Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think Achraf Hakimi to PSG was 54 million. So 4 million more expensive than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I would pay that extra 4 million. Each one of them is day and night better, way better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. 804 options, and yet we settled for Aaron Wan-Bissaka for £50 million. What's going on? Definitely our recruitment, our scouting department are not efficient. They are not doing their job properly. So what's the big deal with Nkunku? Why is he so special? Well, first and foremost, Manchester United are probably not going to make it to the Champions League next season. I mean, it's still mathematically possible, but we are so dreadful that I simply can't see us going above Arsenal and Spurs. I think they are much better than us this season, and one of them is going to end up taking the 4th spot in the Champions League next season. So we have to be ready for next season out of the Champions League. A player like Christopher Nkunku is world class, but he doesn't play for a big club. RB Leipzig are a good club, but even if they make it to the Champions League next season, they are not going to be there to win it. And so for Nkunku, coming to Manchester United is still going to be considered a step up. Manchester United is Manchester United, and it's not like he's going to be sacrificing the chance of winning the Champions League at a big club, like let's say if he was playing for Bayern Munich and then coming to Manchester United where he was not going to win anything. He probably wasn't going to win anything at RB Leipzig anyway. So that's one reason. The second reason is that he's a complete striker. Christopher Nkunku used to be a midfielder at Paris Saint-Germain before he moved to RB Leipzig. And then at RB Leipzig, he played as an attacking midfielder, but also as a right winger and left winger before this season moving into a forward role and excelling at that. So what does this mean? Well, it means that midfielder and winger, those midfield and winger traits are actually fossilized within his DNA. So even though he has evolved into a pure number 9, he can still drop deep and help the team maintain possession and play 1-2s with the midfielders in order to increase the tempo of the game. He can drift out wide, either on the right wing, hug the line, go past a player and make a cross, or on the left where he can cut inside on his right foot. And so he is a complete player. He's also very versatile. So for a manager, especially a tactical manager like Erik Ten Hag, having a player, a striker like Nkunku, could allow him to play different styles of play. If we play against a team like Manchester City and we expect them to have control of the game and we want to hit them on the counter, then a player who breaks the offside trap like Nkunku could be beneficial. But also if we play a team like Burnley or Newcastle, for example, and we want to maintain position and we want a player who can drift into space and create overloads in certain areas of the pitch in order to make them lose their shape, then Nkunku could be that player as well. So tactically, he's a player who provides a lot of choices and options and versatility for managers. He is available for a mooted £63 million, which is nothing because his contract expires in 2024. But even that £63 million pounds could actually be negotiated to something somewhere around £50 million or even £48 million, with the rest being add-ons, which could be a great deal for Manchester United. If you look at other available options, someone like Darwin Núñez, for example, he would cost somewhere around 60-70 million, right? So £63 million from a club like RB Leipzig, who are a selling club, and with his contract expiring in 2024, I think that's doable for Manchester United. That's definitely a transfer that we can complete in no time, especially knowing that Ralf Rangnick knows RB Leipzig inside out. He built the whole house, right? So this is a transfer that could be realistic for Manchester United. But the reason why it's not going to happen is because our scouts are not doing their job. And now, thank you, Ralf Rangnick, because you have unveiled what's going on behind the scenes at Manchester United. And now we know that a lot of the people that we rely on to make footballing decisions are incompetent. Please remember that players like Varane, Cristiano Ronaldo, Fred, Alexis Sanchez, these players were actually driven by agents. That means agents picked up the phone and gave Ed Woodward a phone call and say, hey, you know what? I heard you were looking for a striker. How about Cristiano Ronaldo? Hey, Ed Woodward, I heard you were looking for a center back. How about Varane? Oh yeah, I would take Varane. That's how those transfers happen. They were not transfers that were driven by the managers or by the scouts. That means no, our chief scout did not go to Ed Woodward and was like, oh, you know what? I think you should go for Varane. Look at the reports. This guy is definitely legit. No, that's not how it happened. And so we should stop being an amateur club. We have to act professionally. We are Manchester United, goddammit. And this piece of news shows us that we are incompetent as far as the football inside is concerned. So I believe that this upcoming summer should be a summer of catharsis. We need to fix our recruitment. I am excited, just as you are, with the Erik Ten Hag arrival. I think that now it's a formality. I think 99% confirmed. But we definitely have to clean house when it comes to our recruitment. We cannot have a scouting department that has no idea who Christopher Nkunku is. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Our recruitment has been shit for the past 9 years. And now we know why. Now we know why, because the people whose job it is to actually find those gems and to make sure that we find players who actually make us better and players who fit in, not only in terms of their attributes, but also in terms of their personalities, simply have not been doing their job, or they have not been doing a good enough job. And so this summer, I think that that should be our main focus, which is cleaning our recruitment process, making it as lean as possible so that the next manager, Erik Ten Hag, has a high chance of becoming a success here at Manchester United. So do you agree or disagree with me? Would you love to have Christopher Nkunku as a number 9 here at Manchester United? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Cheers.